Hey, my Corona quarantine peeps. I'm on page 29, day 1 notes of the quadratic formula. I'm going to skip over all of this information and talk about it in an email to you or on my Wits Notes page because I only have 5 minutes in the Screencastify free version. So, quadratic equation, you know it well. Ax squared plus bx plus c. A coefficient is 2, B coefficient is -5, and the C constant is 3. You take those, you put them into the quadratic formula, which will be given to you on a formula sheet if you don't have it memorized. So you plug everything in, you do the math, you simplify, you write your answer as a solution set. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 have either whole number or fractional solutions. I'm going to skip down to 6 because our answer is left in radical form. So I'm going to do my best to write with a mouse here. So my A value in this case is 5. My B is -1 equals -1. My C is also -1. So X equals -B plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I'm going to try to get a touch screen so that this is better for you tomorrow. So x equals -1 plus or minus the square root of -1 squared minus 4 times 5 times -1 all over 2 times 5. So x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 1, -1 squared is 1, minus 4 times 5 times -1, which gives me a positive 20 over 10. So I've got x equals 1 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 10. Now, that does not reduce. So this is my final answer. So I would put it as a set, 1 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 10. I cannot reduce radical 21. There are no whole number square roots inside of that. And I can't factor anything out to reduce with my 10. Now, we talk about these as being married, and you can't break up a marriage. You can only divide out when something has already simplified or stepped outside. For instance, if you had at the end 6 plus or minus 4 radical 3 over 2. You could factor out of the 6 and 4. You could factor out a 2. That would give you 3 plus or minus 2 square roots of 3 over 2. Now you can cancel these out because this is already outside. So you can't break it up until it's left the group. If it's left the group, then you can cancel. So since there's nothing here GCF-wise to factor out, I can't divide into either piece. It has to come out on its own before you reduce. Okay, so I could not reduce 6 plus or minus radical 3 over 2. That does not reduce because there's no coefficient here to pull out. So I can't just divide this 2 into the 6 because the 6 is married to this radical 3. So something has to step out and then I can reduce. I have 27 seconds. I will leave the rest in email to you. And then again, I will work on improving and hopefully getting this version paid for so I can make these videos longer. Until then, be well, hug your families, and take care of each other and yourself. And we will see you. Email me if you're having any troubles. Do not stress. Just email me. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.